everyone. Welcome to Clean Greens Living. It's your girl, Queen Bree, and your host, Robyn T. What's going on, Robyn?
Hi, Queen Bree. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all. Yeah, so we are broadcasting live from Rainier Avenue Radio. We are coming to you from Seattle, Washington. This is also Duwamish territory, so we like to honor the ancestors of this land, and they are still here looking to get supported and recognized. Please go to realrentduwamish.org or duwamishtribe.org to support. Our theme music is produced by Cuddy Fresh, aka Carrie Williams. We've got some news from the farm. We've got a really great show and a really great guest today for you. I did hear the greenhouse is filled with tomato starts. I did go out and do a little weeding. There's been so many volunteers out there as well. The lettuce, the beets, the rainbow chard, and basil are looking great. It's a little drier out there, doing a lot of work, keeping it watered. But you can join us and support and donate or join our CSA, of course. So please check that out. And what else you got going on, Queen Bree?
I just want to thank all the volunteers coming out and the people who are signing up for our CSAs. You guys are helping us reach our goal to feed the people. So we really appreciate all the hard work out there. An announcement from Rainier Avenue Radio. Tomorrow is the Metro League basketball playoff kickoff. So it will be broadcasted on exclusively on Facebook and YouTube. So check out Rainier Avenue Radio, Facebook and YouTube. Starting tomorrow. So go boys basketball. I'm so excited for them. It's the end of the year, so I know they are ready to see who the ultimate winner is. I say Franklin. No, I'm just playing. I won't say that. I'm just playing. I'm an alumni, so I'll always root for Franklin. I don't know where they're at with their basketball team. So we have, so that's it for my announcements. I'm just so excited. We have one of my favorite people's on coming up. But before we do that, it is Gay Pride Month. And me and Robyn, we have been so hooked. Listen, do you see the bags under my eyes? Because I have been staying up binge watching Pose for like the last 3 days. So this is the series finale this year. So Sunday is the series finale, but I won't go too much in detail about the show, but I love the show because it brings us in to the lives of how the transgender community is treated, the transgender and gay community is treated. And it's just mind-blowing to me how we're fighting for women's rights everywhere. We are fighting for women's rights within just the whole in African American and in the gay community. The transgender women are always fighting for their rights just like us. So we just really want to highlight some of our trans women. They are treated the worst out of the community. We hear a lot of transgender women being killed. So we just want to highlight it and we want to bring awareness because this has to end. Transgender is human. Transgender's right is human rights and we got to do better. We want to highlight Miss Marsha P. She was an American gay activist. She co-founded STARS, which is Street Transvestite Action Revolutionary. And she was founding member of Gay Liberation and Gay Liberation. She also was a performer and AIDS activist. She was killed in 1992. It was originally ruled as a homicide. No one was interested. No one has been interested really in fighting for the rights of transgender women who have been killed in the streets. They tried to rule it as a homicide, but her family and friends wasn't having it. Her case has still not been solved. So, Robyn, did you want to add anything to that?
Yes. They tried to say it was a suicide. So that they basically wouldn't even investigate. And as Breon was mentioning, and there are actual statistics out there of the length of life. What is that? The longevity. The word for that is like the shortest of any community is the transgender community, and specific Black women, transgender women. But what is amazing So that is incredibly tragic. And we've learned, the more we learn, the more we know how to, we can work to also be advocates. But the amazing thing is they've always been the advocates and the activists and leading all of these movements. So that is, and learning about Marsha P being just a beautiful soul that was a light in so many people's lives, and the amount of violence that these people experience who are actually bringing a lot of light to this world is alarming when you start learning about it. So yeah, we've been watching Pose, and we're watching this documentary and trying to learn from the transgender people in our lives, and a lot of educating to be done. And so we're really happy to share this, but also there's a lot of sadness that goes along with it because of how they're treated. So
right. Watching Pose is really enlightening. I wanted to have someone on the show, but then I remember, it's not up to their community to educate us. It is up to us to get out there and educate our lives. They are human beings just like us. They have rights just like us. And I hate how people always want to say, well, they have a choice. That is so arrogant to say that about someone, and you have no idea what's going on in their minds and in their hearts and in their lives, to assume that this is a choice for them. That is not up to us to choose, but it is up to us to advocate for them as a human being. So we want to uplift Marsha P and her community. She was cool. She modeled for Andy Warhol. So that was pretty cool of her. So she's well known. We'll continue this talk along with talking about other people through Gay Pride Month. So as we go along in this month, please educate yourself, and please get out there and advocate and be respectful of everyone. So did we talk about our grand opening, Robyn?
No, what's going on with that? Okay, save the date. Lots happening.
Save the date, June 26th at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are having a block party. Clean Green's grand opening block party. There will be live jazz music. There will be vendors. We will be having fun. We also have a jersey to raffle off. So please come and join us. We are still looking for vendors. So if you are a small business or an African-American business, please contact us at cleangreensfarmmarket.com, or you know what, this is new school, DM us on Instagram, and we will go from there. So please join us June 26th.
Yes, and of course all the veggies will be there too.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to see these veggies this year. Okay, so let's bring on our guests. We have today Curtis Riggins from FIGG Mentoring organization. Curtis is a Seattle native. He has 2 children. He started his career in 2008 in entrepreneuring. He has a janitorial business. He works for the school district. He is a youth director for a local church. He put a local church, but we're going to say what that church is, New Hope Baptist Church. I've known Kurt for some years now. We won't put a date on it because then that would age us. So let's welcome Kurt on to talk about FIGG. Hey, Kurt. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Curtis also helps with Teen Summer Musical, which I can't wait to see them this summer. Hey, Monica. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome, Curtis.
This superstar is bringing out all the people. Oh, look. Okay. Hey, Kurt.
You know me.
How are you today?
I'm good. And yourself? How y'all doing?
Good. We're doing
great.
That's good.
So mentoring, tell us about FIGG Mentoring. How did that come about?
FIGG Mentoring came about, it probably been in the making for a while, but it hasn't officially hit me to actually do it. It was maybe about 2 years ago. But that's based off of just me working with kids in the church, just being around youth and understanding how it's missing, especially in the areas that we're no longer in, like in the Renton area. There's no mentorship group there. So I figured as I work in the school district and I'm seeing these kids with no type of support outside of the school like we used to have, I figured that Renton would be a good place to start it and a good place to, put it together.
Yeah, I like, and I think you're a good person to do it, because me and Kurt grew up in the church, and when we were growing up, there were so many activities available for us. I mean, we had camp, we had drill team, we had all kinds of things. And now that as we get older, we see that a lot of those things are missing for our youth. And then with I can't even say it, gentrification coming along, they're moving out that way, and it is a greater need for that. So that I like how you can touch on all those bases of it. What are the age groups?
Right now we're doing middle school to high school. So if you're in middle school to high school, you're good. I don't really know the ages, but middle and high school, we're good. 6th to 12th grade. And then when you get out of that 12th grade range, hopefully the goal is that you kind of give back a little bit and, stay around to, mentor some other ones until you go off to college or do what you do. So that's the goal and the hope.
This is such a beautiful program. I've been really inspired looking at your website and some of the mission and some of the research and statistics you include on the site.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really touched to see how much of an impact the mentoring makes for the youth. They're 55% more likely to go to college. I remember I didn't know how to fill out my college applications. I had to have a parent help me. And then even in college, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I had no clue. And not a lot of, I grew up in Federal Way, and I don't remember that many people going to college or like getting together and talking about it, and then this one is beautiful. 40% less likely to use drugs. As a person in recovery who often even works with youth in recovery, that is a beautiful to see. So it's really nice to see what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
Monica said, yes, camp was the ish. It was.
What?
It was. What was I going to say? Yeah, what you said. I want to highlight what Robyn said. That is true. When I was graduating from college, I was always thinking, I don't come from a family with a lot of money. I didn't think it was an option for me. Had I had a mentor, I probably would have went to college, knew how to fill out the paperwork, and knew my options. So I'm happy that there are people like you that are getting out there, that are being there for the children. What do you think are some of the community needs that the children need to support from the community? What support do you think that they need? What are we lacking?
First of all, we got to become a community together. So it starts there.
Yeah.
So the adults have to get on one page, because what I've learned with the kids nowadays is they know dissension. So if we're together as adults and work together, we can come together and build a program or build other things to help, the kids in their needs, right? So if I'm not able to help, I know that, Queen Bee is, in Seattle or in Kent or somewhere, and say, okay, well, I work with her. I can't help you here, but, pass it along. So it takes that village, no matter where it is, because of gentrification, we're all separated. So we all have to work that much harder. Seattle, Renton, Kent, Federal Way, Tacoma, and all that, and come together. So that's kind of what the need really is.
Ooh, filling in the gaps. Okay.
That
is true. Filling in the gaps and being supported, because the kids are looking at us. We always talk about what they should do, but they're looking at us. And if they see discourse, they're not going to want to listen to us. So thank you. That's true.
Yeah, that's kind of a brilliant insight that you've seen, obviously, just with your experience doing this, that like connecting in the cities throughout the adults. So I love that. It makes me so interested on like ways to do that. And that's what we love doing here at the show. So now if you're hearing this and you're thinking, wow, I would love to help the youth. I wish someone was there to help me, or someone was there to help me. How do people get involved, and where do you get the mentors?
Mentors is word of mouth, platforms like this. You go to the website, fill out the application. We just want people that's reliable and honest and, want to be that person to fill in the gaps, because the environment we're in now, there's not a lot of us. Parents are, working 2-3 jobs. There's a lot more single parent homes. So who's actually helped raising these kids? That's where FIGG comes in to help bridge that gap, to help out those parents that can't be at home to, focus on their kids, to have, mentorship groups like me to fill in those gaps.
Nice. And you're looking for some mentors too, aren't you? Or do you?
Always. We're waiting for you to sign up.
Listen, I'm ready. You got to remind me, you know how it is, but I'm ready to mentor. I know what it's like to not have a mentor, and then I know what it's like to have a mentor who failed me.
Right.
And so I'm all down for being there and supportive. I remember when I finally did get a mentor and I was getting it together, like I jumped through all these hoops. I went and signed up for college. I got my classes and everything, and they were supposed to help pay for it, and they failed me there. So that's one thing that we do need to highlight when we are being mentors, is really being there and showing up for the kids. Don't just show up because it looks good.
Right.
Show up and do the work, because these kids really need it. And so I'm ready to roll up my sleeves. What demographic are you working with of families? Low income, African American, or inner cities? Like, what are you looking for within mentors and children?
For mentors, we're looking for all types, because there's African Americans mainly, because that's kind of what, is brought to me, because they're the ones that are lacking the mentors. But, there's no discrimination, there, because there's things that I can't teach someone else that may need a good mentor. Right.
Yeah.
So, people, I don't have say over who needs a mentor. So if, no matter the demographics, whoever need it, we need to have somebody that can relate to that person. So we're open to any and everybody.
Nice.
Do the youth? Oh, sorry, Bree.
Oh, go ahead.
I was wondering if the youth have certain fields of mentors they're looking for. Is it general, or sometimes are they paired up? Or is that something you're working on? Like if someone is in certain field of expertise or experience?
Yeah, it's based off of the, because a lot of the mentees I get now is from in the school. So I kind of have an idea of, a good person to kind of pair with. But of course, sometimes those don't work out, which is fine, and we find another one to, team them up with. So I have a little bit of inside information that, some people may not have. So we do pretty good with teaming them up.
If you're just joining us, you are joining Clean Greens Living Live, broadcasted off of Rainier Avenue Radio. We have Curtis Riggins here from FIGG Mentoring. I keep trying to stop myself from saying Deacon Kurt. Deacon Kurt is a community leader. He is a church leader. He is a community leader, and he's a school leader. So you are the person to be in this type of work. I mean, from it, as far as being in the church, what the children need, what it is from being out in the community, working with the summer musical, what it is like in the school district. So you are the person to do this. So we appreciate you being out here.
Appreciate you guys.
No problem. Do you have any upcoming events or programs you're preparing for? How has it been through the pandemic with FIGG Mentoring?
A lot of praying. It's, because once we had got it started right before the pandemic hit. So we wasn't really able to get everyone we needed. So we kind of had to tweak it and kind of go online with kind of restructuring. And we're still in the process of doing that. So hopefully by the time the school year comes, late summer, we get those kids back and we'll be ready to go full speed ahead again in September, bringing those kids into some type of not reality, but back to normalcy. But if not, we'll have a platform where it's strictly, web-based and all that. So now we're prepared for either way. That's what we're working on now.
That is great. I am so curious. So you have so much experience with youth.
Mm-hmm.
And for someone that maybe doesn't, I just don't. I remember there was years and years of my life I was so out of touch with what a youth's life was like. I have a 10-year-old now, so I kind of know about that age group. But if I were to mentor, if someone was to mentor and had a lot to offer or was really interested in helping youth, what kind of advice do you have for being able to be relevant to them? Or are they just excited for any help? Or is there a way that you're cool to youth? Because I don't know if I would be.
One thing about the youth in this generation, they just want realness. Just be yourself. Don't try to be, more than just, if you're not knowledgeable, feed off of them. They'll show you who they are and they'll teach you. So you have to almost be willing to learn from them, because I don't know everything. I know how it is when I was growing up, but I don't really understand what they go through now. So I have to be willing to understand, listen, and then take some of my knowledge and also being, understanding of theirs too. And then it just builds that gap. And if you don't know, find something you guys have in common, sports, reading, anything, and that lets them in because they feel like they can relate to you.
And I think too, one of the things is don't go in trying to change them and who they are and their circumstances, but just being there to support them. That's what I've learned along the way is. And a lot of things that we as adults, we tend to be put off by the attitude, but I've learned, I've learned as being a mother to a teen is they have a lot going on. And, for me going to school, I've learned a lot. Like they are battling between how they were raised, what they see on TV and their peers and their own thoughts. And so it's just a lot of conflicting thoughts. And so then they come with these attitudes and we get taken back. And so we back off of them. But that's when we really need to be there for them and supporting them and getting to know them. Not, preaching to them, but supporting them, like letting them know that we're there.
Right. That's real good right there.
Yeah.
That's real good right there.
Yeah, I've missed out. Like, I have a daughter and I can tell her, I can talk to her and teach her all the things, but she still needs a mentor. And luckily I have a beautiful village that has always been there to mentor her. A lot of people are lucky like that. They have a village, but one of the things that I did miss out on is more time with her because I thought she didn't need me. So I kind of backed off a little bit, but those are the most vulnerable times. And I think that the age frames that you pick, yes, the kids younger needs mentors and there are mentors out there, but the age group that you picked are very vital from 6th grade to high school. 6th grade, they're coming out of that elementary baby stage and then they're going to being adults. Like you're going to being responsible for 6 classes, right. Learning all these new people. Now you're no longer the head of the person. You're back to the bottom of the totem pole. And you're learning so many grown-up things in 6th grade.
Right.
I feel like, hey, Kenny, I feel like my daughter went in my sweet little angel and she came out this totally different person 6th grade year.
Yeah.
So those are, I'm glad that you
middle school changed your whole life.
Middle school, man.
No, but that's real. They have a lot going on. And I've heard as well that they report some of the highest levels of stress, which is not fair on someone trying to find themselves and trying to learn and get along with their family and their peers and do sports and do academics and do all the things expected of them. It's so much, all while they're like growing from a kid to an adult for all those years. So I think this is just is such an essential, like literally the name of FIGG Mentoring, filling in generational gaps. So filling in the gaps is just, it's just a brilliant need you found to serve, a problem to solve for these children?
Well, Kurt, us at Clean Greens would love to collab with you to do something for the community and the kids.
Absolutely. We need to take Clean Greens on the road down over here south to Renton and Kent.
Hey, ready, let's go. So we do have a grand opening, and we would love for you to come out and maybe get some signups for some mentors and some mentees. Is there anything that you need, like any support that you need to venture on with FIGG Mentoring, like a wish list? Speak it out there.
We always, with any nonprofit, donation is key. That's one. But sign up to be a mentor. Help promote FIGG in this Renton area, right? There's other ones out here too, but help link us together. If you know other mentorship groups that's in Renton, we can work together, like promote, and let's come together, because I can't do it by myself. Bring ideas, be a contributor. We're open to all ideas. And if you have some experiences that I don't have and you can offer it, sign up. Let's work it together. Let's go out as an army and attack this issue that we have. And, I think it's only right. And if we do that, we can definitely bring Black Wall Street back.
Hey, I'm all for bringing back Wall Street back. We're running out of time, but I do want to say that I like how you're like, hey, we need to work together. We need to come together. A lot of people think they got to do it because they want to be front and center. It is not about popularity. It is about getting in and being there for our community and cleaning this up and helping them so that we can recreate Black Wall Street and build a stronger community. Kurt, we want to thank you. I won't even go there. I won't even embarrass you on
I appreciate you
joining. We'll see you later.
All right. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Go support. Go to the website. All that. Thank you.
Mentoring.org, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fillinggaps.org.
Fillinggaps.org. Go. Oh, and Traffic Jam up next.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right, thank you.